I read something and it really resonated with me, and that was that what we've reached, unlike the speech of our president who talked about our competitiveness, what we need on this planet is cooperation. And that speaks particularly to climate change. And if we focused on these things that are imperative for the survival of life as we know it, we'd be in much better shape. It is cooperation we need. We've passed the point of competitiveness, but you don't hear any discussion of that. And then we have to look at ourselves and see that we subsidize, and our greatest export are arms. You'll hear the argument, well, if we don't do it, others will. And certainly there's been truth to that. But somehow or other, we've got to pass that point. And I don't see that at all. I see the situation we have today so driven, and the country, I can't speak for the country, but we're so militarized. I can see that in my own lifetime. And to the point of popularizing generals. That's new. And this thing drives me crazy. I wrote the Times, but it was another letter rejected. And that was that Eisenhower, who was the military fella, never saluted once he was in civilian garb. And Gary Wills had written a column about that, and that's where I got it. And then, you see them all doing this as they get off of Air Force One. And I just quoted the Gary Wills thing because I think it may be a small thing, but it's so significant. When I was growing up, and what I learned was the civilian was head of the military. And now, starting with Haig saying you're commander-in-chief, it's the military that's taken in the role of the president that is in the ascendancy or is up there. And that's been a terrible distortion. And so in my own lifetime, I see it. I mean, in Corpus Christi, Texas, we have fighter planes that are in the parks, and an aircraft carrier that's glorified in the harbor. I mean, what are we, only to spray death on people? But, a long time ago, Dr. King, in his speech Beyond Vietnam, said that we need a transformation of values. And I don't know if it's ever going to come. And the voice for that is so weak and so ignored. And John Kenneth Galbraith years ago said, let's take the profit out of arms making. That isn't even mentioned now. So, I don't mean to be a Cassandra, but show me another way and I'd be happy to go along.